In 2012, a possession case in West Java, Indonesia, crossed the line from spiritual belief into fatal violence. Unlike ancient folklore stories, this incident was investigated by police, reported by national Indonesian media, and resulted in criminal charges. What makes this case especially disturbing is that it followed a pattern seen repeatedly in Southeast Asia where possession is culturally accepted, but exorcism is often conducted without medical oversight. This was not a legend. A young woman died. The woman, identified in media reports only by her first name to protect family privacy, was in her early 20s and lived in a rural area of West Java. According to relatives, her behavior began changing suddenly. She experienced violent emotional swings, screamed uncontrollably, and spoke in voices her family claimed were not her own. At times, she showed extreme resistance to restraint and reacted aggressively to religious recitations. Her family believed she was possessed by a jinn. Instead of taking her to a hospital, they contacted a local spiritual healer, known in the area for performing Islamic exorcisms. These healers are common in Indonesia and are often trusted more than doctors in rural communities. The exorcism began inside the family home. Witnesses later told police that the woman was physically restrained as verses from the Quran were recited repeatedly over her. She screamed, fought back, and attempted to escape. Several people were required to hold her down as the ritual intensified. According to statements, the healer believed the entity inside her was resisting and demanded that the ritual continue without interruption. The woman reportedly cried that she could not breathe and begged for water. But those present believed these pleas were coming from the possessing spirit, not the woman herself. This assumption would prove fatal. As the hours passed, the woman's resistance weakened. Her movements slowed. Her voice faded. Witnesses said she stopped responding entirely at one point. But the ritual continued under the belief that the demon was pretending or hiding. By the time they realized something was wrong, she was unresponsive. Emergency services were called too late. Medical examination later confirmed that the woman died from severe physical exhaustion and oxygen deprivation, compounded by dehydration. Police classified the death as unnatural. An official investigation followed. Several people involved in the exorcism, including the healer, were arrested and questioned. Authorities stated clearly that the death was not caused by supernatural forces, but by human actions during the ritual. The case triggered widespread discussion in Indonesian media about the dangers of unregulated exorcisms and the failure to seek psychiatric or medical help in cases of extreme psychological distress. What makes this case especially terrifying is how ordinary it was. There were no secret cults, no hidden churches, no forbidden rituals. Just a family convinced that a human being was no longer human. Indonesian psychologists later commented that many possession cases in the region are likely dissociative or psychotic episodes, worsened by fear, crowd involvement, and physical restraint. Once someone is labeled possessed, their pain is often reinterpreted as deception. In this case, every warning sign was ignored. Police concluded that the death could have been prevented at multiple stages: a hospital visit, a pause in the ritual, removing physical restraint. Any one of these actions might have saved her life. Instead, belief overpowered reason. Today, the West Java possession death remains one of Indonesia's most cited examples of faith-based violence resulting from exorcism practices. It is referenced in discussions about religious limits, mental health awareness, and criminal responsibility. There are no recordings of this exorcism, no photos, only police reports, court files, and grieving family members who believed they were doing the right thing.